Welcome to this induction for new research postgraduate students at the University of Kent. I hope you get a good sense of the structures here at Kent and what support there is to guide you through your studies. So my name is Paul Elaine. I'm Dean of the Graduate Research College, which is the body that supports your work here as a researcher for the whole university. And I also have oversight for postgraduate master students as well as research students. It'd be lovely to be able to do this in person, face to face, but I hope you find this online version useful. So I'd advise you to find out what is available to get you going at Kent, to get you started, to find out about our COVID guidelines, what we're doing on campus, what supervisors are doing, what schools are doing, how to keep you safe, but also to find out about the kind of opportunities and activities that you can take part in. And the best way of doing this is really to download the Hello Kent app, which has been designed specially for the beginning of this term. As a research student, it's important that you hit the ground running and get to know all the kind of levels of support. So we have details about this in the handbook, but you can also find out who your postgraduate administrator is at the school or department or centre you're studying in, and the Director of Graduate Studies, who will be responsible for the oversight of your programme, along with your supervisor and other colleagues. So it's worth finding out who the people are that you will be communicating with throughout the course of your study, but also, crucially, to set up a meeting with your main supervisor. And really, this should be done within the first 2 weeks of registration. So don't leave this too late. Get to find out when they're available and set up a meeting straight away. And check your emails, and you'll get lots of them, I'm afraid, but many of those will be useful and will tell you what's going on. And also, the last point and the bullet point is enjoy yourself, have fun. I know these are stressful times, but there's lots of things you can do and we can do to make sure your experience is a fun one as well as academically satisfying. So I'm also a professor in the School of Arts. I'm a professor of drama. I have PhD students within the school. I have my research located in that school, and this is just one of the divisions, the Division of Arts and Humanities, where I'm based, along with two more here: Natural Sciences, Computing Engineering, Mathematical Sciences, and then the Business School, which is an autonomous single subject school, a very large school, and then Human and Social Sciences and the Division for the Study of Law, Society and Social Justice. And these are new structures that we've put in place for this academic year, bringing staff and students together in a different shape. So it's worth familiarising yourself with your own division as well as your school and finding out what others are doing and where other students are based across the whole university. So I'm Dean of the Graduate Research College, as I said at the beginning. We're here really to champion your rights, to lobby about your experience on behalf of you across the whole university, working with subjects, with departments, with schools, divisions, professional service staff, making sure that your research time at Kent is as good as it can be. And we do this in various concrete ways. There's the handbook, which outlines some of those. But we also run a research and development program, which I'll tell you about next. But there's various other things here, not all of which I'm going to tell you about now, but which you can get involved in to enhance your time. So, research development program. Only one of these sessions is obligatory, which I'll tell you about in a second. But this is really to give you the methods, techniques, approaches that will help your research develop and flourish. Things to think about in terms of disseminating your research, but also methods-based things, stats. Also giving you support to find the time and space to do writing when you need it, to carve out time, to make sure you're getting the best from your supervisor and from yourself through the course of your study. And of course, at different times of year, at different phases of your research program, there'll be different demands and different requirements. So this can really help you manage that, to manage the time of your research and the stress of your research. And like many institutions nationally, we base this on the VITAE Researcher Development Framework, which you can see here, and which gives the different areas in which we expected to support you and help you get the most out of your time with us. I mentioned the Kickstart workshop, which is the only obligatory one. And this, again, is something you should do early on in your studies through this term. These sessions will all be online for now, but there might also be some in-person sessions. And they're ready to guide you, to give you some insights into what's expected of you, what you should expect, and your responsibilities, but also what the crucial supervisory relationship is, how you work with your supervisory team, how they work with you. And this is a part of building your insights and knowledge so that you do a research and development assessment, which is really tracking and considering what do you need, what are you already good at, what do you need to learn, what do you need to improve at. And this then is feeding into your probation review and will help you understand your needs and what you can bring to the research process. I mentioned supervisory team. So there are teams of staff supporting you. Usually this will be 3 members of staff, one of whom will be perhaps closest to your research expertise. You need to set up a meeting with them initially, work out when you're going to meet next, be able to talk through your research, how you're going to get your research going, skills requirements that you might have, courses that the Graduate Research College runs that might be useful to you, and how then you will progress throughout the course of your study. So as well as monthly meetings, which need to be recorded on a system, the student data system, there are also regular reviews. The first one is very soon, within 6 weeks, just to check that you've got your feet under the table, that you're settled. Then there's probation review I mentioned, for which you need the research and development assessment. And this is important review in terms of checking in that you're underway, that you've got what you need, you've got good relationship with your supervisory team, and that you're making good progress towards the end of your first year of your programme. There's also end of year reviews, mid-year reviews if these are required, just to check in with you. And then, seems a long way off now, but that submission review when you are having everything nearly ready and are about to submit, or whether you need to consider going into continuation year and having a little bit more time. So it's a very structured programme, and I think structure helps, particularly at the moment where our life is not what we might want it to be and is not as we expected or hoped it to be perhaps, and this helps give a structure to the course of your programme. So there are softer things that we do in the Graduate Research College, one of which is the quarterly newsletter Grad Post. We support it, we help you, we publish it, but essentially this is down to a team of postgraduates, including master's students and research students, who write things that they want to explore. It solicits articles if you wish, and it's an opportunity really to work with others to build your CV and your experience, producing this nice newsletter. So do get involved with that if you wish. One of the things that we've been doing, working with Kent Union, is making sure you have good facilities, good support services in terms of space. And I'm especially proud to mention the Woolf Common Room, which has been refurbished in the last academic year and is a beautiful mural of Virginia Woolf, after whom the college is named. So do have a look at this and get to know it. The other thing I'm equally proud of is the Senate Postgraduate Study Hub. This came out of students needing better facilities and spaces where they're not working in their own labs, and is available to all master's and postgraduate research students across the campus in Canterbury, and is a fantastic resource for you, as well as the other things that might be available to you in your department or school. So when you say things that need to be improved, or you give us feedback, we don't just stick it in a drawer and never look at it. We respond to it, as happened with this Senate Hub. So it's important that you have your voice, that you're able to speak on those committees and be represented on the committees, the student voice committees, that you talk to the union, get involved in Kent Union, which has a new postgraduate sabbatical officer, Patrick Stillman, and that perhaps you might become a rep, or that you know who your rep is and you're able to feed back to your rep, who can then channel things to the university and to us in the Graduate Research College. There might be things your supervisor wants to pass on as well. And there's many ways of doing this. And annually we take part in the Postgraduate Research Experience Survey, the PRES as it's called. We always do well in this. We have good overall satisfaction. But this is where we really hear issues that you're facing that we need to work on, we need to improve, and we really encourage you to make sure your voice is heard. So Kent Union is one way of doing this. Here's some of the sabbatical officers and the reps. So make sure you get involved and find out what they're up to through their Facebook page or other social media. One of the main things that the Kent Union do is they run this advice centre, which if you have very specific welfare, health, accommodation, particular issues that you need confidential advice on, they really are set up to help you with that and to give you insights and give you advice on procedures to support your time here at Kent. More informally, we have the Kent Graduate Student Association with its Gandalf the cat, its mascot and patron. You can see the logo of Gandalf. Gandalf has his own Facebook page. Kent Graduate Student Association organise social events, can help you with all kinds of matters. They do excellent online welcome sessions, induction sessions, and they work closely with the union and with us, enhancing your experience and your time at Kent. So make sure you see what KGSA are up to. We all need support at different times. There's many different kinds of support and different needs that we might have. So here are 6 aspects where you can get help from administrative side, perhaps through your department or your postgraduate administrator or your supervisor or director of graduate studies, through the student learning advisory service that can help you with your writing skills if you need that, student support and wellbeing, which I'll come on to in a second, but also other aspects, whether it's chaplaincy, the library support, Templeman Library at Kent Canterbury campus, or Drill Hall at Kent Medway campus, and careers and employability service that can really give you good skills and good networking opportunities and help down to interview support through to career planning. So student support and wellbeing is particularly important to know that this is there, that this can help you whatever your needs are, and to take them up on the opportunities they provide. Please don't be frightened, please don't be ashamed if you have issues, you're facing issues. Being a researcher can be difficult. It requires a lot from you and we all need help, so do take offer up of help, find out what they support, they can provide, and make sure when you need it, you know where to turn. Finally, UCU, the Union for Academics. You can join UCU, it's free for research students who teach, and they can help you with various issues as you need them. And it's obviously a national organisation that can lobby on your behalf and that can look out for your rights. So do join them if you are interested in finding out what UCU does. And finally, the last slide is just to give you notice of our website, our Facebook page and our Twitter. So I hope you found this useful. I wish you well for your studies and your research, and hope you have a good welcome week and further study as you get into the term. Thanks a lot. Bye.